Good morning, gang. Happy Friday morning. End of the week again. So I wanted to talk today about an email that I got yesterday. Thought it was a good question, good topic to talk about. Because everybody will tell you stock food, put away food, do whatever. But are you stocking the right food? Okay. Are you producing the food that you need? Can you do it? It's interesting because space for all of us is limited. I mean, your pantry is only so big, or the bedroom you use, or the closet you use, or under the bed, or the garage, or the shed, or the attic, or the shipping container, or wherever you store your food, right? You only have so much space. Are you storing the correct types of food to have? Now, most of us know, and those that don't, this will come as a shock to you. The average person eats 1,999 pounds of food per year. Yeah, that's accurate. You eat 1 ton of food a year. Doesn't seem like it when you go day by day, but yeah, you do. Do you know how many calories you need to eat, and has that ever come into play with your food storage? A healthy diet for a person is approximately 2,000 calories a year. 2,000 calories a day. 2,000 calories a year, right? 2,000 calories a day. Now, sure, you go to McDonald's or whatever, and you get a Big Mac meal, and you go, crap, I just put 2,000 calories in me. Mostly of processed junk food. Okay, that's not what you're going to be eating in a critical situation, be it SHTF or be it the ramifications of the Biden administration. Okay, are you putting away the correct food? Think about that. If it's 2,000 calories per day times 365 days, you are coming to nearly 750,000 calories per person per year. Okay? How many people do you have in your house? For me and Mrs. P, it's 2 of us, and then we also figure combined between the 2 dogs, that's 1 more person. Okay? Let's figure, all right, they're going to need 1,000 calories. So at that point, we need 2.25 million calories. Let's just, to make the math easy, let's say 2.5 million calories per year. Now, I keep a spreadsheet of everything I've got. I estimate I have about 14 million calories in storage. And the reason I say estimate is because you can your own food, you buy meat or whatever, you really can't tell exactly what the calories are. It's not like, one of my cans of salsa or whatever, I can tell exactly how many calories I have in there. But on average, I know how many calories are in a quart of salsa. Will we eat all that? All right, so at that point, you figure I got better than 4 years worth of food, right? Sure. Okay. How fast can I reproduce that? There's the next question. Because what is going to be the effective calories to keep? There's the deal. Now, if you look at some of the things that you probably have stored, whether it's canned, whether it's frozen, whether it's dehydrated, whatever you want. Let's take a look. A pound of ground beef, which in an SHTF situation, hopefully you can stretch that out, and that's dinner for everybody. I mean, if you got 10 people, it's going to be a little tough, but let's say a family of 4. So you're getting 1/4 pound of meat piece, okay? Depending on whether it's 70-30 or 80-20 or 90-10 or whatever it is, on average, you can figure a pound of ground beef is 1,000 calories. So that means dinner, if you split that pound of ground beef between everybody, each person's getting 250 calories out of that pound of ground beef. It's about 12% of what you need for the day. And that's now, because we get into an SHTF, you're going to be burning calories because there is no chainsaw you're going to be swinging an axe. There is no driving somewhere. It's going to be walking, riding a bicycle, whatever. You're going to burn more. But for this, my guess is probably 3,000 calories is going to be more along the lines of what people are going to need to go. But let's just go off of 2,000 right now because that's what it is. The days of obesity are going to be over. Because there just ain't going to be the food to eat. There isn't the dollar menu at McDonald's. There isn't the bag of potato chips or the quart of ice cream to go get. You're going to be eating basically whatever you've got. You know, you look at some of the other things you grow. How about a potato? Potato, that'd be, those are good, right? Yeah, medium-sized potato, 125 calories. How many potatoes you got to eat a day to get to your 2,000? Rice and beans? Well, we really can't save brown rice because brown rice has oils in it. It doesn't save well. So you're saving white rice. Not a whole lot of heavy calories in there. It's a lot of carbs, a lot of starch, but for the calorie content that you're going to get, you don't want to just eat rice. I mean, going over just simple things. What's a tomato got? Tomato's got 20 calories in it, right? So start thinking about what is going to be effective things to store. Again, you're like I said, rice, great to have, but a cup of rice has about 250 calories in it. So we go into what would be some of the best things to concentrate on, but that you're not going to be able to keep replenishing, all right? Let's look at meat. Chicken legs and thighs. I hope to God you guys like dark meat, okay? Chicken leg, chicken thigh, if you eat the whole thing, okay? It's about 475 calories. That's good. That's getting you near a quarter of what you need, plus its proteins, whatever. I talked about the aforementioned ground beef. All right, let's take a look at a pork chop. Take a 6-ounce pork chop. That's about 330 calories. Again, that's going to be worthwhile. How much meat can you store? Yes, freeze it. But we have limited freezer space. Yes, can it. Okay. If you can go, I can go to the store. I can get these 10-pound bags of chicken leg quarters. They used to be $3.99. Now they're $7.99. Okay, but that's still a lot of calories that I can store cheap, and I can those. Cut the leg from the thigh, bone, whole 9 yards, in some water, a little bit of salt, can it, done, good. Okay. So you look at that. Fish, there's a good one. Tuna is great, a little more than 300 calories in just a little can of tuna. Problem is, chances are, whatever you have in tuna is all you're going to get. That's it. Now, can you go fishing? I can't tell you what the calorie is in a bluegill or a bass or something, but fish is going to be good. Salmon would, of course, be the best one. Ain't like I'm catching a whole lot of salmon here in Tennessee. Sardines, there's another good one. I know there's people that have fish allergies. I know that there's people that don't like fish. If you got fish allergy, nothing you can do about it. If you don't like fish, get over it. If there's a difference between starving to death and eating, get some hot sauce. All right. Fruits, avocados would be the best, but those are hard to grow. But even things like plantains, bananas, those are good. You can dehydrate those. Excellent to have. Dehydrate a bunch. See bananas on sale? Dehydrate them, okay? Banana chips are a good source of calories. Milk, if you've got cows, great. You're going to need to have powdered milk to bake things with, to make certain recipes, etc., etc. Again, something good to have. Powdered milk would be a good thing. I mean, there's whole milk has 300 calories per cup. Now, if you can get whole dehydrated milk, like I've got, powdered milk, that's a good thing to keep, unless you got a cow, and then, of course, you go. If you don't have access to a cow, buy a 50-pound bag of powdered milk, Put it in Mylar bags, put it in a bucket, and you're good to go. Beans, like I said before, best one, chickpeas, garbanzo beans, okay? Almost 300 calories per cup, good one to have. Navy beans, white beans, pinto beans, those all come in around 250 calories. Beans and rice, this is why people say beans and rice are a staple. There's calories in it, there's protein in it, there's carbs in it. That's what you need. Okay? But you're going to need that caloric collection, different calories. You're going to get real tired just eating beans and rice over and over. Sweet potatoes. You've heard me talk about sweet potatoes over and over and over and over again. Okay, sweet potatoes are a superfood. Sweet potatoes have about 250 calories per cup. Mash up your sweet potatoes. Very, very good thing. You want to listen to somebody who lives on sweet potatoes, go listen to Danny at Deep South Homestead. He eats sweet potatoes every day. Okay, million ways you can prepare sweet potatoes, and it's going to get the calories that you need in a small amount of space and stores well. Okay. Nuts are a little more difficult depending on where you are. If you've got oak trees, get the acorns before the squirrels do. Okay. If you're lucky enough to have macadamia nuts or coconuts or almond trees around or something like that, beat the wildlife to them. Those are worth getting. Nuts are expensive in the store. We get it, okay? But something worth having. One you can grow in a lot of the country is peanuts, okay? Peanuts don't come on a tree. Peanuts are actually like a root crop. But start looking into what you have, and do you have empty calories? Do you have any calories? Or do you have quality calories in your food storage? We're all limited to the amount of space, and you guys know I'm a big proponent of growing your own food. Sure, but you've got to grow the right foods and gather and store the right foods as well. Just eating a piece of ground beef doesn't thrill anybody. Put a tomato on it, and now it tastes a little better. You're going to get some of the vitamins that you're going to need. In an SHTF event, guys, you still need to have a healthy diet. You're probably going to need to have a healthy diet even more in that sort of situation when you're providing for yourself than you are now when you can go to the grocery store, because you're going to have a lot less available to you. But go through your preps, do a little bit of research online, or look at the back of the can, or however you want to do it, and calculate out what you really have in storage. You may be surprised real quick that you don't have as much as you thought you did. 2.5 million calories takes up a lot of space. 14 million takes up a room. Just saying. Pinball out.